Should you roll for Hu Tao? Here are a few reasons why you should roll for her. Hello everyone, Wave here. Welcome to my Hu Tao overview. This will be just simple stuff, a small guide on her, on what artifacts you should use, a few character combinations, and this will just Constellation Zero guide. This is so easy, everyone can understand this, and let's get into it. So I was lucky with the 50-50 on the Homer banner. I got the Staff of Homer, or the Staff of Homeless, some people call it. And yeah, if you don't have this weapon, because not everyone has this insane weapon, you can go for the deathmatch with this battle pass, or you can take the Dragon's Bane, which has elemental mastery, which is actually great for you need elemental mastery and stuff like that if you wanna use your kit a bit more. Or you can go with the Lithic Spear, but don't go any physical damage. You also don't really need energy recharge. I don't think it's that great on her. She is basically a character which scales with HP, so get as much HP on your artifacts as possible, so don't throw the supposedly trash effects away. So let's take a look at that. I go with a Crimson Witch of Flame set. It's basically made for Hu Tao, and yeah, pretty easy decision. You can also go with 15% primary damage and with Noblesse Oblige set to get more of that alt burst, but I really like this one because it will increase my overloaded and burning damage by 40%, increases vaporize and melt damage by 50%. This is basically perfect synergy with Hu Tao because some characters are pretty insane with her. Let's take a look at my artifacts. So we got the normal one. This is just HP as always, because Flower of Life only gives you HP. I was lucky, I got 31% crit damage, which was nice. A bit of elemental mastery, which is important, of course. On Feather, the normal thing is attack. I got lucky with HP percent and HP. A bit of crit rate is always good. And this one on the, what was it called? The Hourglass Sense of Eon. You want to get HP percent, which is important for her kit to get more damage. I'm gonna get to her talents after that effects, don't worry. So I was lucky with crit damage, crit rate, and HP is good. Attack is kind of meh, but okay. Now for the Goblet. Pyro damage bonus is pretty needed, which is insane. I was lucky, I got it on the Crimson Witch of Flames, and I got good crit damage. I got the pyro damage bonus as the main stat. I got okay amounts of HP and elemental mastery, but the defense, damn the defense. Imagine if this would have been a crit rate, it would have been like, for me personally, a really god tier artifact, because it's so rare. Next one, just standard with sourcing head with crit rate. HP was unlucky with defense and attack, but look at this crit damage, 28.8%. So we got a few good rolls on this. This is something you can also use for your Xiangling. Can just copy the entire set except for the 2 HP parts, for the 1 HP percent part I mean, and this one will be replaced with an elemental mastery for Xiangling, which is important. Yeah, just a small side way. Now we're gonna get to Constellations. I just want to talk about the first one, which will be important for me personally because I'm pretty much guaranteed to get Hu Tao again, and this changes everything. Bro, this is just for every Hu Tao main who just has her on C0. There's nothing new beginner to the game really needs to know about, but I'm just going to talk about it if you're interested. So while in a Parameter Papillus state, which is the E activation, activated by Guide to Afterlife, which is the ultimate, Hu Tao's charge attacks do not consume stamina, and this is insane. No consumption of stamina is so broken in this game, to be honest. I love this. Now we're gonna get to her talents. I maxed obviously everything, crowned her, and yeah, I wanna address that you should put all your points in Guide to Afterlife first, then I would seek the Spirit Soother, and then go to your normal attacks, because the normal attacks are not that important in the beginning. But when you start out, max all her abilities to 7 I think it was, before you need to use the boss materials. That's something which is obvious and important. So we have a standard attack. It's just normal standard attack, pretty easy. She is kind of unique. It looks kind of unique and is well made, like as always with Mihoyo's character design. And now we're gonna get to the one of the best abilities in the game, called Guide to Afterlife. Only an unwavering flame can cleanse the impurities of this world. So she consumes a set of her HP, and the enemies are knocked out. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that, I never noticed that. And you get in this Parameter Papillus state, where you get increased attack on her max HP. This is where you build her max HP. And attack bonus gained this way cannot exceed for 100% of Hu Tao's base attack. So this can be completely overused, you can say, and converts your normal attack damage into pyro damage. And this can't be overwritten with any elemental infusions, and charged attacks apply the Blood Blossom. The Blood Blossom is basically a flower which will pop up an enemy and they get damage over time. Yeah, every 4 seconds the Blood Blossom pops. Standard stuff. And don't forget, when you use your E ability, the Parameter Papillus state will end when you change to another character and go back to Hu Tao. It will end, and the cooldown is a bit long. I have it currently on a 16 second CD, so 8 seconds without Blood Blossom. Oh no, the standard duration is 9 seconds, sorry. So now we get to her ultimate. Just a standard ultimate burst, where you can heal yourself. This is good in critical situations, especially if many enemies. You can use your ultimate at nearly full HP, and then you use your E ability again and decrease your health manually, how you want it to be. You want it low, but not too low, not too high as well. Now we're gonna go with Flutterby. This is when Parameter Papillus set is activated by Gaito Afterlife ends, then all allies in the party, excluding Hu Tao, which is kinda bummer, kinda sad, will have a crit rate increased by 12% for 8 seconds. So you can technically use her as a switch character, but I really just wanna use her as a main DPS, because this is where she shines the best, and this is what I think is great on her, because yeah, this can be decent if you change to your different characters, use a different ability like Xingxie, which we'll get later when we talk about the characters and stuff like that. But yeah, this is not that impressive. The impressive thing is this here. When Hu Tao's HP is equal to or less than 50%, her pyro damage bonus is increased by 33%. This is why you want Hu Tao on lower HP. Do so much more damage with everything. You wanna take good max HP and stuff like that. So this is basically the entire Hu Tao kit. Standard stuff, she sadly has no skin, not yet. Completely level 90, her special stat, because every character has a special stats, is Elemental Mastery, and this is what suits her. I would like if you could slap some crit damage on that or something like that, or maybe not max HP. What was it called? Crit rate or crit damage here. Damn. So this is basically just Hu Tao herself. Now we're gonna talk about the team colors. So we're gonna check out the character archive. I'm gonna name all the good things you can combine with Hu Tao. Sangano Miyakokumi, not a great thing, because healing is not what Hu Taos really need. So you can leave her out. I can really recommend the Raiden Shogun. Her E abilities, it just made for Hu Tao. You get this Chakra Desecrada, which applies electro damage to enemies, and then you just get Pyro and Electro. Yeah, less damage. But I will combine it with a few more elements. Kujusara is, in my opinion, not that great of a character, even though her design is great. I'm not a fan of her. I got her C5 and I tested her out, but sadly, it's nothing for me. Skip Yomiya, not good. Sayo is also not that great. Kamisato Ayaka is decent, I guess, if you use Kamisato as main and Hu Tao sub, but not for me. Hadara Kazuha, great with like every character. If you have him and Hu Tao, that's great. Then we have Euler, mainly, she's mainly a main DPS. I wouldn't really like to use her with Hu Tao. It's not that great. I think I saw many videos and I don't really think her kit is made to play with Hu Tao. Yanfei, there are better options, better pyro options of course. And Rosara is decent, I guess, because of her melt procs with her ultimate, which is actually good. So this is an okay one. Hu Tao herself is pretty good with herself. Xiao is also like this main DPS kind. He doesn't want to be with another main DPS, to be honest. Ganyu is, this hero, this character is in my opinion, the strongest in Genshin Impact to combine with everything. Like, if you imagine a Ganyu Hu Tao, you just melt proc anything on the map, and you have constantly your ultimate up with Ganyu. This is insane. Albedo is a decent character with everyone. This is the great thing about it. He uses this kettle, which you can place on the floor, and it will proc just the 10k geo damage, which is great, but only every few seconds. And yeah, this character is basically average to good with everyone. Now we have Zhongli. The most important thing about Hu Tao is that she needs a shield. And guess who has a good shield? Yeah, you're right, Zhongli. He can petrify enemies, he can use an insane shield. The pillar applies geo damage, but this is not the important thing. The important thing is just the shield. It's so strong, it can hold against anything. I haven't even leveled up Zhongli that much, that's the thing. Xingyang is a bug character, so don't use her at all, sorry. Xingyang means. Tartaglia is also more of a, man, I wanna go in myself. The main DPS type, I would recommend, if you want to use Tartaglia with any pyro, just use Tartaglia Xiangling or something like that. Diona is great, you get a shield, but you get a bit too much healing for my taste. But the shield is great and the ice shield is also great. So this is a decent pick you can pick with Hu Tao. Klee, nah, not that great. Venti, I used Venti Hu Tao for a really long time, and Venti's ultimate is just so insane. If you have multiple enemies, this is the best combination you can take. But if there are only a few enemies which can't be impacted by Venti's vortex, then it's not that great. Now we have Kirching. It's meh, because her character herself, she's meh. I built her, I tried electro damage, I tried like physical damage builds, nothing worked. This is not a great character, even to combine with Hu Tao, it's not good. Mona is really good applier for this water stuff, for the hydro stuff on the enemies, has a taunt I think, and yeah, she's actually really good for Hu Tao, so if you have Mona, take her. Chi-Chi, not that good, to be honest, don't use her for Hu Tao. Diluc, nah, he's only one of the main kind of guys. I'm also not a friend of Jean with Hu Tao, that's not great. Sucrose is insane. If you have a C4 Sucrose, bam, you're for a 1 OP animal character. She's great, I love the E ability, you can spam it when you use ult and put Hu Tao into field with a Zhongli shield and spam your abilities, it was really insane. What is also great is Chongyun. He has a nice ultimate which he can proc after Hu Tao ends her ultimate, or her E is used up, you can change your Chongyun, use your E ability and ultimate, then change to Hu Tao and get this freezing damage, but it's not that great. You are not for him. He's decent, let's say decent. Now what I really like is the Hu Tao Noel combi. This is really free to play friendly. If you have a high Constellation Noel, this would be much better, but yeah. If you have Noel, you have a shield and you have a heal where you can decide when you want to heal. Like, it's only like this minimum amount per hit, and then you can regulate it to the place you want Hu Tao's health to be. And this is a great thing about Noel. What is also great is if you don't have Zhongli, just take Noel. She's also a great shield, and I would recommend max her E, and you have a good shielder for Hu Tao. Now we get to Bennett. He's basically broken, the best character. Get him full Constellation, I have him C0, which is quite sad. He's a good combination, even though his heal is a bit too much, to be honest. Sometimes I get overhealed, but he's a good pick in Abyss, because you will only always get beaten up in the Abyss when you play Hu Tao, and yeah, maybe using a Bennett will change it, but I'm not a friend of his combo. You can use it, but for me personally, not that great. Fischl is good before Overload. Was it Overload? You can use your E ability and stuff like that, but Raven, it's decent. Ningguang, okay I guess. I don't really know about Ningguang Hu Tao combi, because I never seen that, so maybe you can figure that out. I don't really like Razor Hu Tao. He's also just like this main dude for himself. He wants to be the one who is getting buffed up. Xiangling is great with most of the characters, again, a great character. When we have Beidou, it's decent I guess, not that great. Barbara, I'm not a friend of Barbara and Hu Tao. This is not that great, to be honest. Yeah, she applies Vaporize, but there's one character which can do it much more better. We'll get to him. You already see him. And Lisa, her attacks are too clunky. Her ultimate is good. I really like the Lisa ult, but her heal ability is trash. Her auto attacks are garbage. But yeah, skip that. Kia is good, I guess. His ultimate is nice, freeze, melt, standard stuff. If you are lucky with, or if you were lucky with Kia and got some constellations on him, you can freely combine him with Hu Tao, which I can recommend. Amber, nah, that's a big pass. Sorry, Amber mains, but she's literally the worst character. I really also like her design, but Mihoyo changes nothing, and that's it. Now we get to the best combination. The Hu Tao Xingxie combination. This is absolute insanity. This character brings the best assets which Hu Tao needs. Let's take a small look on him. Our video is already 70 minutes long, but this is a bit in depth. I wanna just explain it to you. Her ultimate. This is a guy. His ultimate spawns like swords around you. Water swords. And if you use Hu Tao with her E ability, you get those water swords flying on the enemy. And you get constant vaporize. This is insane. Now we do a sword fatal rain screen. Applies wetness to Hu Tao, and she gets a nice damage reduction of 20%. This is nice. Skill damage increase to 191%, which is decent. And with just another damage asset to just apply the hydrostat. And this is just the only thing you need this tube for. Also, his hydropathic heals the current character based on 6% of Xingxie's max HP. This is great. This is great for Hu Tao. This is a bit of heal, but not too much. Again, same with Noel. Get a bit of heal, but not too much. Yeah, this is my entire Hu Tao guide. I currently use Hu Tao Raiden Shogun because I was interested in Raiden Shogun. Used her set a bit with a Fat Zhongli with a damage reduction on Xingxie, which is actually not needed because of the Zhongli shield, but he gives the witness and stuff like that, and the small heal, which Hu Tao occasionally needs. So this is my god build on Hu Tao, and see you next time. Wafer out.